All right. So we're on the side of the house, I guess. This is the right side of the house. It looks like the path. Oh, there's two paths. Now let's take this one. Excuse me. Okay, I can't go in there. Oh no, there's multiple paths. No, okay, never mind. Still only two paths. Should I take the other way? Nah. We'll continue on this way, and hopefully that's gonna be good enough. We'll be able to backtrack. Otherwise, I guess we'll just make our decision here. We always take the left path. That is the sinister method. Oh, this is the way back. Why didn't the light show up? Also, what's with the railroad? Just noticed that it went to nowhere. Okay, so they're proximity lights. I guess they turn off. We got bamboozled. Head to the left then. I thought we came from... Is that where we came from? I'm a little I feel confused, but I'm just gonna think that's where we came from, I guess. I felt like we were further to the right, but
Though to
I
be
guess
honest,
not.
I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Thank you, game. Or thank you, Edith. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go this way. Did I go this way? I very much wish I could I could run or go a little faster, but it's alright. Guess we should go near the
I think the people in these
sounds.
stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Do you believe what you're writing right now? Is that it? Alright, to the right we go. Sounds definitely do not match up with the action, but I appreciate them all the same.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Well, yeah. Sven guy was pretty crazy in his construction. To be honest, it's a wonder that any of it stands up at all.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
The Finch family, that's who.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the
These are all the
gerbils were mine,
birds.
and 2 had been my fault.
I'm not. Wasn't there... Oh. thought that said like Lurby or something. Whatever the bird was named. It says Lucy. Derpy. Derpy and Derpy. I can't read these. Charlie. Zoe. Oh, there's Lurpy. Bailey. This is quite a large cemetery for dead
Sven
animals.
built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Sven died 64. I don't know how to read this. Hub, knit, Fedek. Oops. This is a puzzle I should be figuring out. Do the letters mean anything? I don't know. Think. Yeah, I don't know. Let's keep going. Barbara Finch.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
That's kind of neat.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
The house?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Interesting.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Like how these are coming in until I walk near. Gregory Finch. Who's Gregory Finch? Sam's her grandfather. I don't know who Gus is. I guess these are her brothers. There's Milton. Sanjay? Sanjay Kumar? What? That doesn't match in with the family.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Alright, Sanjay.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come
Mother
back
just
someday
died, right?
and find everything out for myself.
So she got the key with her will. Alright, let's go up. Those pixels. The shadows are amazing.
But looking back on it now,
Making sure I couldn't find anything there.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, she is pregnant. "22 weeks, huh?" she's 17, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just curious.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were
Nothing's
both
locked
pretty
in this house, huh?
intense.
Other than the things that are. That makes sense. Oh, okay, here we go. I
Sam
guess
spent
this
his
is-
life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
See that?
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, story time. Let's go. How did you die, sir? Photos, as expected. That Stanley.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Concerned mother.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
I guess she's a blonde.
Not quite.
It's too early, Dad.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the
Good
spirit.
one,
Okay, got it.
I guess she's the reason why
I'm gonna
there's all the
take some
books.
pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Okay, so I'm done now, I guess.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
No.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
At this point, I'm just taking random pictures. Looks like the trigger is actually just me taking pictures. Lagged frames.
Maybe.
Oh no. Not great, huh? Okay, well, we'll try to get out of here. Sorry for the quality of this. What else is there to take a picture of? Looking for that bird. Sounds to the right. There you go.
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Where are you?
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, You don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced, whenever you're ready. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh. See you later, Sam.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
That's unfortunate. Still isn't frames, huh? Sorry, let me... Okay, hopefully we're out of the... Since we're out of the camera thing, we're back. Hopefully we won't be losing any more frames. We are in the attic, I guess. We have all this ductwork.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Edie is her grandmother, isn't it? Is the mom's grandmother, I mean.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
We are a baby.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
This duck is following our movement. How? Alright, okay. I am controlling the frog. BTW.
Watching over Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Really?
What he
Oh,
saw,
oh.
what his world was like.
Okay. We have 5 ducks now. Feel like I need to pull this plug. Oh,
It reminded
okay.
me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
This is funny. This is neat.
It sure made him happy.
Got it. Yeah, I got the whale. That's all that matters here. There we go.
I know how silly it sounds.
What's that?
That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oh.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand.
Oh, okay. We are the frog now.
About everything.
Did I lose my jumping powers? I'm going for the plug, of
But
course.
I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Alright, see you later, Gregory. Looks like we have almost everyone. We don't have a picture of Edie, which is strange. Did I screw that one up? I feel like we should have had that picture of Edie already. We were in her room. I missed out on the letter.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
Poem for Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Is a spike bracelet. Cool kid.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
I now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
It's a intense kite.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Doesn't really rhyme. Darn it, Dawn, what are you doing?
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Where are the geese?
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Trying to destroy the tent. So far, have not succeeded.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Okay, I'll give you that one, Dawn. wish that. See you later, Gus. No?
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
See you later, Gus.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
I was trying to turn on the light, but I knew there's no power. Okay, so I'm not sure if I can't read this because my settings are too low, or you just can't read it to begin with. Looks like duties. So I guess it's just a normal list of things. Oh, we're rock climbing.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Yeah, that seems like something that she should be doing.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
I do not know what that says. Oh, it says dawn. Okay. I had turned my head sideways because I thought it was on its side, but no, it's just vertical. I got you. Looks like we got some sort of Bible.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Sanjay, okay, yeah. I understand now. That's where Sanjay comes in.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Should have went hunting. That's what he would have wanted. Alright, that's cool. No? People. Can't see it? Alright. We didn't get the mom's story. That concerns me. So we're gonna go up and check a... No. Nah. We're saving. We're good. I don't think I should be backtracking. Yeah, I should not be backtracking. Must have missed something. I don't think there was anything up there. I'll go up there one more time, just in case. Nothing else, huh? Oh, there he is.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Yep. It's definitely something a 22-week-old pregnant woman should be doing.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton.
And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Wait, so... Dude, is Liz older than her? Can't tell. When was she born? Isn't Milton younger? When did her dad die? I have so many questions.
Things were good. Almost normal.
Reading is a hoot. I agree.
But it didn't last.
Of course it didn't. Homeschooled, huh? Interesting.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
So I guess he didn't die when he was 4. Wait. Maybe he died when she was 4. Milton? How old is Milton? Oh, man.
After Milton disappeared,
Oops.
the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
$1992. So he's older than her. Okay, got it. My age, pretty much. Taking the full way around just to make sure. Oh, maybe this is a better screenshot. Darn. So she's definitely dying at the end of this, huh? But then again, she's not actually... She did write it all down. She's on a boat right now, technically. Okay, alright, never mind. Guess the boat's sinking or something. That's cool. There's his thing. Do they just all have understand how to do the shrine thing?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Alright, let's see it. She's really good at this. Completely... Yeah, that's very consistent. Amazing. Oh. Because that's all we're getting out of Milton.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh, okay, so she was 4, right. So she was born in 1999. Milton was born in 1992. Lewis was born in 1988. Got it. I don't have a picture of Sanjay. We haven't gotten any pictures of the spouses yet, so I guess that's fine. Anything else here? Don't see it.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Alright. Out the window we go.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
So Milton disappeared, so we don't actually know what happened to him.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Where's this light coming from? How has he powered those lights? Ooh, I kinda like this better. Give me a second. I need to compare my screenshots. Alright, let's learn about Lewis. I'm pressing the wrong way for this, apparently. There we go. I was trying to push it down because I wanted to bring it up and out, but I guess you just need to press up. That makes more sense, I guess.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Uh-huh,
That
I
part of
see.
him lived on.
How are these lights on? Fancy.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation.
Indeed.
As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Substance abuse, huh?
Newly sober,
Alright.
I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
We have fish. We cut fish.
He kept
We
working
throw
at the
fish.
cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
Where's my fish?
wander.
Oh, okay. I see.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Looking around. I'm also doing
He'd
the fish,
feel
by
his
the
way
way.
about. Then something moved. Bats
Bats
and toads.
and toads. I see. It all makes sense.
And things that have not names.
That's a dragon.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously.
Okay, we have fire
I
now.
had hoped he'd find himself.
This looks kind of cool. Wouldn't mind playing a game
But
like
he
this.
found something more.
Oh, okay, we're going full.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery,
My fish.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
They're gonna move much slower.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Starting to get concerned about the cutting the heads off of these fish.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Seems about right.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
I would play this game.
Then he made musicians.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
I like it.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him
What's
that
striking?
all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
Not real.
were all in his imagination,
Uh-huh.
so he could do whatever he wished.
Oh, yeah?
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
I mean, why did he have to hold the
They
election?
begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Shouldn't he have just won already?
It became a game for him.
Listopia.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New
Got
Louisville.
him.
St. Louis.
Those are good names. Very
We
good
started
names.
drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot
I
to go
appreciate
home
it.
from the cannery. Even as
forgot,
his
huh?
mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
See you later, Don.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen, obviously.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows. Wait, no. Dang it. That's sinister.
radiant rainbows.
Darn it. We had to... That was the one time the left path was actually sinister. We should have taken it. I feel bad now. I'm sorry, team. I let you guys down.
He followed the sound of her electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Okay, fair.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Where are you
He
going,
knew the world
handsome
was all in his
princess?
imagination,
Oh man, we're getting into it.
but he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
That's pretty fancy. And now that I realize it's fancy, obviously that
For
means
someone who'd never known success
Extreme
in
is
the real
dead.
world, I think it was overwhelming.
well, sorry about that, guys.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Too many things on the screen apparently. Sorry. Hopefully the sound is still okay.
My
The sound's all that
imagination
matters.
is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about all the terrible stuttering choppiness.
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Uh-huh. Where's my fish?
He began
Does
to
that mean him?
despise the man with a royal contempt.
Sir, you are not getting any fish done. I am unsure what I should be doing. Want to give you a fish. Here, Lewis. Take some fish. And I do not... Oh, wait. Forgot about this. Could have been going up here.
I still thought I could save
Gotcha.
him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Wonder, huh? Very bright.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
I'm assuming my stream is gonna start stuttering again soon, so sorry about that. Seems
Including
Yes,
the
so
wise
far.
Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
calico, huh? We're saying a cat. The music's back. Sound might be a little loud, it looks like. Sorry about that. I'm gonna leave it as is though.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Right, handsome queen. Give me my crown.
There was only one thing left to do.
Is that a guillotine?
Bend down his head.
Okay. Sounds
The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Dr. Nuth.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Well, that's whole family, right? We just don't have Edie and Dawn.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Oh, that's a PlayStation, I guess. That the middle box was the console.
On the way back from Louis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
I really like the look of all of this. It's very nice. Kind of makes me want to draw, even though I'm terrible at it. I get a better thumbnail out of this somehow. Nope. Alright.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
So this is her room?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Alright, let's hear it. Oh. Excuse me? Okay, that's not a knife. Okay, I thought that was a knife. That's definitely a pen. Alright.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right.
I like Edie.
We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
I can move now. And it is very dark.
the
Where
power
is
had
my
been shut
present?
off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance,
Oh.
or that Edie had a key to it.
This is where I'm going last. This is where everyone's supposed to be buried, right?
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Something of the Finches.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's
All
only
right.
time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
So, wait, who is my father? Is it Sanjay? When did Sanjay die? Oh, okay, I should be moving. I got you. Should I... I don't want to go this way, huh? You can't tell me what to do. I mean, you can. Oh, yeah. There you go. Invisible wall. Gotcha. Okay, let's go.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
We're going to the old house?
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
All
God,
right.
it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I never thought I'd go back to it.
So we're Edie.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Well, it should be just straightforward, right? It's gonna continue forward.
I got turned around.
Oh, alright. Turn around and are continuing forward. We have not turned at all. Let's see how this goes.
I started seeing things.
The thing that killed Sam. Sheikah.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Where's the dragon? I don't see a dragon.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I came back to them.
We're here.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
How did she
Mom,
get in
you're
here?
gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How did she get in here? She sealed the door, didn't she?
I never
Alright,
saw
well.
Great Grandma Edie again.
See you later, Edie.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Our room.
We both tried to make the best of it.
In that wave. Should I be doing something else?
A few years
Okay.
went by.
Isn't she supposed to be 17? So a few years is only like 2 or 3, right?
My mom didn't
What?
like to talk about it,
What do you want me to do with this?
but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
See you later, Dawn. I cannot move.
She got better
Okay.
for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
Well, technically you don't know where Milton is, right?
Until I
or
found out
Edie,
about you.
Technically.
I'm still
Also-
not sure what to tell you about all this.
Where's the father?
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes
Mm-hmm.
and appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Is this what I think it is?
I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Well, alright. Bitch, please don't ban me.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Interesting. So, feel like that didn't answer any questions, but all right. Very interesting. Enjoyed the game. That was very nice. It'd been nicer if I could put everything on high resolution, but unfortunately this is the best we can get, I guess. This was interesting. A lot of questions. As in, like, what actually happened here? And what happened to all the people? Like, we don't know how half of them died. And of the few that we do know how they died, it kinda didn't make too much sense. But I guess that's all up for interpretation. So I guess that was all that remains of Edith Finch. Wonder what would have happened if I had chosen a different pathway for Lewis. Sinister Serpents were definitely what I needed, for sure. I mean, really shouldn't have changed anything because, you know, you just have a prince at the end, I guess. But still. I thought the story sequences were done very well. The way they were told was very fluid. I like that. It could be kind of silted based on the player moving through the area, but I mean, in the end, it worked out. I was able to tell the story. Looking at all of these pixelated shadows and stuff is kind of funny, but I'm sure it looks fine if we were on upper graphics there, but we're not. Gucci. Got our peaches. Got our helmet. This was from Annapurna Interactive. So I guess talking about the story, like, they all died in strange ways, coincidental ways, but like, how did the so-called curse of the Finches come into play here? I mean, obviously there doesn't have to be a curse. It could just be, you know, their interpretation of it, and therefore they brought it upon themselves, like she was alluding to. But I mean, the mother did die away. Everyone all somehow came back to the place. Somehow. But, you know, like, why did Walter stay in the basement? Why didn't he just move away? We never got the picture of Edie, so I guess we should probably do that. We didn't get the picture of Dawn either. So I guess we should look at these real quick. Did we get Edie? I guess these two
All
are the
that's
end
left
then.
now is to tell you about that last.
Interesting. I'm just making sure that we didn't miss anything out here. Yeah, so those two were both here. Okay. Alright, so I guess that's gonna be all for today. This was not too long of a game, but I enjoyed it. I'm sorry for all the stuttering and not so great streaming here, but I hope if you're watching this that you enjoyed it. So thank you everyone, and we'll see you guys then. Bye.